Everyone are back. So I'm working on this folio. I'll link the first video down below if you didn't see it. And I wanted to, so this is going to be a flip, and because this here is 12.5 inches in height, I didn't like the way it looked with, you can see the flap showing top and bottom. So I decided I'm going to make a sheet of paper 12.5 inches in height, and I'm going to collage it like I've done on my reference journal. So I said in the last video that that's what I would endeavour to do. So I've got this pad of craft paper, so it's only, sorry, making a lot of noise there, it's 115 GSM, so at least it's not too thin, but I don't want it real thick either, because I'm going to be adding the Tim Holtz scraps on top, collaged on top, so it's going to make it quite a firm piece of card in the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to overlap these. I'm going to glue these together just so that I can cut down a 12.5 inch piece of paper in height. So I'm just going to quickly do that. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't glue to the edge, because as I said, I'm going to be collaging over top of this and then sewing. Just need to make, unfortunately, those folders that I got from Coles, they're just 1/2 inch shy of a 12-inch piece of paper. Okay, so I'll be able to get my 12 inches out of this, 12.5 actually. So let me, I don't know whether my cutter actually goes to, it does, 12.5. All right, so we'll cut that down first. So 12.5. Okay, so that's the height. And then I think I had this piece of paper I was going to use originally. I think it's 8 1/4. 8 1/4. So I just need to cut this 8 1/4 this way. 8 1/4. So that gives me my base, which will be big enough. Let's get the folio back. Hopefully I've measured it right. Yes, so that gives me my exact height that I want, and then I've got, once that's glued onto here, that will become a flip. Now, I saw this technique from Cori and I did it on my reference journal, and I absolutely love it. It's really effective, and it's going to make a really sturdy piece of card. As I said, this isn't glued right to the edge. It doesn't matter, because we're going to be gluing bits and pieces over top of that. So what I need to do is I'm just going to use Tim Holtz scraps. Now this is off a piece that I've cut already for the folio, so I may as well glue that down. So the way, I don't know, I always get stressed when I do this, and you know what, it all looks great in the end, I think. So the way I do mine is I glue the bigger pieces first, and then you can come in and add little bits on top. So we're going to work on that. So this piece I'm going to use, it's been cut and it's to the side here, so I may as well utilize that. Now, remembering that I'm going to be sewing these, you don't have to sew them if you don't want to. I just think the sewing really adds to the whole look of it. And you can use a glue stick, which probably might even be a better idea, but I've started with this now, so we'll keep going. You can ink all the edges. I'm probably probably going to do that. Okay, so we've got one piece down already. Now I just need to go and quickly grab more of my Tim Holtz scraps and I'll be right back. Okay, I did have a bag full of just Tim Holtz scraps and I don't know what I've done with them. So surprise, surprise. So I'm sure there will be some in here and there will be different colors that I can use that will match in with the papers that I'm using in the folio anyway. So let me just have a bit of a rummage. I can see some of his already. So this container I sometimes take upstairs with me at night if I don't feel like doing anything in my craft room, and I normally just collage on tags that I can use in my projects. Now these aren't all necessarily Tim Holtz papers, some are, some aren't, but as I said, it doesn't matter. It's just so long as I stick with the theme that color theme, which is fairly neutrals, and then I'm going to be adding some different colors just to brighten it. So just having a bit of a look what I've got here. All right, let's start with these. And I've got some bits and pieces over here from what I've already cut. I can utilize some of those as well. So as I said, I'm going to do the bigger pieces first. I'm going to glue all them down, and I think I'm going to ink around the edges. Once again, it's not something that you have to do. I just like that look and I choose to do that. So I am going to speed up the video here, and I'm going to just collage away, just adding bits and pieces, bigger pieces first, and then we'll come back in and we can add some smaller pieces over the top. So that's all you need to do. I'm quite happy with that. I'm not going to add any extra bits and pieces, and it's really made that sheet of paper quite sturdy now. I'm not overly happy with this area here. I probably could add something there just to break that down a bit, which I think I might even add that bit now that I've done that. So I'll just glue that bit on. And you will notice that I have some pieces I have inked, some I forgot to ink. You can't really tell in the scheme of things, but I am pretty happy with the way that that looks. So I've tried to sort of distribute any colour evenly over the page as well. So I've got like some greens, and then the tickets, that sort of thing. But it's just like one big jigsaw puzzle, really. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's broken that down a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just let that dry, and then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, and I'm going to just sew up and down, just straight lines. I have sewn all that. It's not perfectly straight. You really can't tell. I mean, unless you're going to go looking at it really closely. So that's just made another sturdy piece of paper, and I've been able to make it that 12.5 inches in height, which will fit in the folio. So just got a mess here everywhere. So that was my intention, and so that fits there beautifully. Now I will be putting pockets on this, and I will be covering some of it up. It seems a shame, yes I know, but that's okay. Or I will put this part in here. I'm just trying to think here. Put this part in here like this, and then I will have another piece here and probably a pocket that will cover up the base of this so that you can't see that bit there. So I will do something with that. So that's just a quick one just to show you how I've collaged those sheets. As I said, I got the idea from Cori, Cori Dunn Creating with Scraps. I will pop her YouTube channel down below as well, but I am sure that the majority of you know about Cori anyway. She's amazing, so head over there and check her out. I will be back again with more of this folio series. I just need to go away and have a little bit of a think about where I want it to head from here on in. Take care everyone, and until next time, I hope you get a little bit of creative time in. See you soon.